Hello and welcome to this nighttime taste challenge of two 40% alcohol single malt Scotch whiskies. This is Lismore. Lismore um, is a Speyside single malt. There's a number of them on in their portfolio. Yes, established 1974, and it's produced for William Lundie Company. Copper pot stills, finest oak cask. Well, you ever notice that every whiskey, no matter what type it is always the finest grains, the finest oak cask. So apparently there's nothing less than the best available. All right, so William Lundie is an independent bottler. They don't make their own whiskey, but they have a contract with somebody. Update my notes real fast. Let's make sure I spell that correctly. I-E, not E-E, I-E. I bought it at Trader Joe's. They still have it. Hello, Joe. Morning, Ron. Take care. You have a good Saturday. So I still have about 40%, about 40% of the bottle left. I think I paid $22.99. Now here's Trader Joe's Highland single malt rum cask finish. So they age it some years. They don't have an age statement. Certain number of years in X bourbon barrels. Then it's finished in rum cask, X rum cask. For Trader Joe's, made by somebody for Trader Joe's. Hamish Robertson is the bottler, independent bottler. Let me put that in the notes. From Hamish Robertson. From Hamish Robertson for Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's was started as a kind of quirky grocery chain in 1967, and then 12 years later it was purchased by Aldi. So that's why they're kind of similar, kind of oddball grocery stores. Now the Lismore has no age statement on the bottle, but there was somewhere on the website they were saying 6 years, but it doesn't say it on the page for this. And then I sent them an email and I said, is it age 6 years? I told them which one I had. And the lady, she emailed me back like within 2 hours, and she's from Scotland, and she said, yes, it is a 6-year age. Why they don't put that on the bottle, I couldn't tell you, but you would think the company would, you have to imagine the company would know their age statements, if any, on their products, right? So when I was on the Jack Daniels tour, they told me they don't put an age statement because they have to pay a tax if it's age stated. Now, sounds bizarre, but that is what they said. They'll tell you it's 4 years, but they won't officially tell you that. Talking about Jack Daniels. Same thing with Jim Beam. They'll tell you it's 4 years on the website, but they don't put it on the label. So there may be something to that it really is a tax. And I mean, they have crazy taxes, so I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. And they're trying to save you money because they're not going to pay the tax. You're going to pay the tax. They're going to pass it on to you. Any taxes are always passed on to the consumer. People don't believe that, or they don't understand that. So when you see any of these like activist firebrands running around screaming and hollering, we need to put high taxes on the big companies. What they mean is we need to put high taxes on you, the consumer, because that's who's paying for it. So don't fall for that. It's an old, really a trick to get votes. And they don't care if you have to pay more taxes. That actually helps them because then they can go and say, see how hard your life is because of the rich, even though we caused your taxes to go up. It requires education. Okay. Here's their website. You can tell it's formatted for a phone, right? A smartphone, because there's nothing on either side. It's just real narrow. Years ago, it would have been wide, a desktop. All right, we're not going to look at all of our notes and the greatness and all of that, because that's a lot of just talk. There's a 15-year-old, 18-year-old, 21-year-old. It'll be a lot more than the regular base model. Look how small. Okay, I kept a receipt because I knew I'd forget. All right, get off of that now. Put my lamps on because, oh wait, let me show you the products. So, because the lamp makes glare and it's hard to see them. This one's a little darker. The Trader Joe's is a little darker. Is that because of the rum? They're both amber, but one's a little bit more copper. It could be, or adding coloring. Now we can put the lamps on. I've had 11 challenges so far. I got it right. 9 got it wrong. 2, so 82%. I can't complain. No, it was $18.99 for the Lismore, not $22.99. Wow, that's cheap. Don't know what the price is now. I might go to Trader Joe's today, so if I go, I'll try to look at it and see if the price has gone up in 3 years. Most likely, yes. So $18.99, $17.99. You can buy single malt that cheap. Yeah. Now the question is it any good? Obviously, it's not going to be top shelf prime, the best. It's like meat, you buy beef and it's a low price and it's like, oh, that's kind of tough. Well, yeah, because that's why it was low. It wasn't prime rib. It's not even choice. Maybe it's select. Maybe it's less than that. Okay. It won't make you ill. So I have to chew a lot, give you your jaw exercise. But I have purchased some what you would call low grade meat, and prepped it pretty well, and it wasn't tough. It takes a little more, work to get it prepared. Arnold Hopkins says, I enjoyed your new Oktoberfest comparison. You made salient points. Good luck on the challenge. Thank you. Yeah, I figured it would be a tie, or I thought there was a good possibility. And when I tasted them, I was like, no use even calling a winner, because these are like the same price. They're from the same state, and they pretty much taste the same. Yingling and Shiner. Now you say Yingling's from Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's where they're headquartered, and that's where their original brewery is. But they have a contract to have their products produced at the Miller Brewery in Fort Worth, Texas. They said so they can get it out to the western states a lot. In my case, South Central states, a lot fresher than this backlog on shipping from Pennsylvania and even Tampa, Florida. So, hey, if it tastes the same as the Pennsylvania and the price is the same, who cares? Some people are funny about it, but I'm not. That's why Peroni said they started doing U.S. brewing with Miller again, Miller Brewery in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They said because they had a problem shipping it across the ocean and it's showing up, and it gets caught up in the supply chain and it keeps lagging, and they're like, why isn't it getting on the shelf? What's going on? And then it's almost out of date when it's on the shelf as soon as they stock it. So they wanted to do that. I mean, I get beers from Abita, which is less than 70 miles away, and it'd be 2 weeks old. I mean, why would it be even 2 days old? It doesn't take that long to go from a brewery bottling line or canning line, depending, to the distributor to the stores. That should not take weeks. But enough ranting. But I think I'm making sense. Do I think the Trader Joe's has a chance today? Not really. But we're going to find out right now. Smells like, these things, I'm telling you, they smell like bread crust. And it sounds like a broken record. And it is a broken record because that's what they smell like. No smoke, no peat, bread crust. And I've talked to too many people that tell me I don't like Scotch because I can't stand the smoke and I can't stand the peat. I said, well, you haven't tried enough Scotch because there's thousands of brands that are not peaty and they're not smoky. I don't even know about brown. You saying brown bread? I'm thinking more like white bread crust, just the crust though, not the dough part. Yeah, same thing, but I am picking up. Yeah, it depends on the brand. That's right. I'm picking up a little bit of maybe that caramel candy, that golden raisin, that odd rum-filled chocolate drop candy. Yeah, rum-filled chocolate balls, whatever those things were. They used to come in a little tray and a cover, and you bite into it and there's rum in the inside. I would like that now. I never see those anymore. I remember Mathern's had some new modern ones, but that was one Christmas, and it was like with Jim Beam and Knob Creek and Basil Hayden inside. Jean Pierre says, good morning, Jay. Good morning to you, Jean Pierre. When I was 3 years old and I would eat those candies, I didn't like them. I like the chocolate part, that black dark chocolate. I just didn't like the filling because when you're 3 years old, you're not really looking to taste rum or whiskey. We missed you last night, but I know you hadn't been joining lately because you got stuff to do, and we're not taking it personally, like angry about it. Of course, we just like to have him in the tastings. Very standard. Bread crust, sweet, yeah. Honey, a little bit, yeah. Vanilla, no, yeah, I guess so. Get that with whiskey and that oak barrel. Remarkable, Is it bad? No. Is it something to go looking for? Absolutely not. But it's nothing to avoid. Just like good, like, we could say 8.6. Good, but not even very good, perhaps. Standard tolerable. Now, would that 21-year-old be a lot better? Well, you would hope, because you're going to pay a lot more. But I haven't seen that. Only thing Trader Joe's carries is that the basic 6-year, and that makes sense because Trader Joe's deals in basic, economy, everything, the whole store concept. Polynesian shirts, mostly private label brands, but not only, but mostly, and inexpensive, theoretically at least, they claim. I don't know. I don't see that as really that much cheaper than Winn-Dixie or Rouse's, but they claim it is. Only 2 Trader Joe's in the state of New Jersey sells beer, wine, and hard liquor. Princeton and Westfield. Hard liquor? Because I didn't even know Trader Joe's sold hard liquor. Oh, yeah, they do. I'm thinking of Aldi. See, I can't even keep it straight. In Europe, Aldi sells liquor. In America, they only sell beer and wine, from what I can see. But yeah, Trader Joe's, depending on the state, will sell beer, wine, and liquor. Metairie, Louisiana, beer, wine, and liquor. New Orleans, Louisiana, beer, wine, and liquor. Mississippi, no beer, no wine, no liquor. Yeah, not better, but not worse. Okay. I mean, look at Mississippi. They didn't even have beer above like 6% until about 10 years ago. They finally allowed it to go to 10%. But that's the strongest beer you can get in Mississippi, 10%. They have Four Loko and it's 10% there. Everybody else is 13.9. And you can only buy liquor at a liquor store, so Trader Joe's ain't going to happen. Now, I find that hard to believe that Trader Joe's sells hard liquor, though, in New Jersey, because I thought it could only be sold at a liquor store, but maybe they're licensed as a liquor store in that state. I know in Maryland, you can't buy any alcohol anywhere except in a liquor store. No shopping, no grocery stores sell beer, even beer. In Minnesota, if you go buy beer at the grocery store, fine, you can buy a 12-pack of beer, and it's 3.2% alcohol by weight. That's the strongest beer you can buy. So you can buy, think of a strong beer brand, and it's 3.2 by weight. And if you go to the liquor store, it's the regular alcohol level. Crazy, huh? All right. I remember I went in, laughable, 3.2. I went to Minnesota and I went to the grocery store. It was packed with beer. Oh, this beer. And it was all 3.2% alcohol by weight, which is about 4% by volume, but still 4%. Those laws are outdated in these states. I think they were outdated when they got passed. Okay. Just bread crusts. I don't know what to say. Kind of odd, but let me go over here. These are close. A little closer than I thought. A little worrisome. Not to say I'm going to worry about it. Okay. All right, I got it. This one is just straightforward bread. Bread. This one is bread and some little weird things. The raisins, the rum, the caramel. It's there. And I don't, a terrible law in Minnesota. Oh, and in Indiana, if you buy cold beer, it costs more than hot beer. So if you buy beer from the floor, like on the floor in the display, let's say to be $8.99 a 6-pack. You buy it from the cooler, it's $11.99 or $10.99. You say, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whoa. My favorite Scotch profile is peat followed by Band-Aids. Oh, I like those peaty, smoky, sea salty ones also. That's my favorite style. But, everybody's got different preferences. So, but some people are fanatics and they come on the internet talking about this is a better style. How can something be a better style? It's just people's opinions. It's not better or worse. Now, it could be cheaper or more expensive. Yeah, that's different. We're not talking about style then. Then you're talking about quality, better grains, and those kind of things. Because their opinions are gospel. And I've talked about that in the past. People confusing facts with opinions fall down before the father of lies. No. Okay, so want to keep things objective on the channel, Do I like Speyside Scotch? I mean, yeah, it's okay, personally. Is it a good style? Yeah, I guess it's a great style for people that love it, obviously. I'd rather drink Isla. Now, if you gave me 1,000 chances, I'm going to pick Isla 1,000 times. Okay? People like sour beers. Oh, I love sour. I don't like them. Okay? To me, they taste like Gatorade. And tart candies. They're like, oh, it's so sour. And I'm tasting it. I'm like, no, it tastes tart. I have sour cream. If I buy sour cream, I know what that tastes like. Sour cream is sour. To me, tart and sour is not the same. Now, if you want to drink a beer that tastes like Gatorade, that's your business. I don't care. If you love it, that's fine. And maybe you could just explore and do a whole channel, sour beer, the sour beer review channel. I'm sure you get thousands of viewers. I wouldn't be one of them, but if that's what you like, that's what you like. Okay. This is the Trader Joe's. Got it. So that puts me at 12 challenges, 10-2. 10 wins, 2 losses. And remember, I got the 2 losses early on. When I had first started, I didn't have a handle on the flavor. Now I do. Well, how is Trader Joe's Highland single malt rum cast finish going to do against Ben Riach? The Ben Riach Curiositas. I'll tell you how it's going to do. It's going to get killed. How's it going to do against Fenlagen? Annihilated. How's it going to do against Ardbeg 10? That one's going to be so bad, I shouldn't even do the review. It'll be the challenge. It will be called a challenge, but it ain't going to really be a challenge. It's going to be a joke. Like Southeast University football at LSU football last Saturday. It was a game they played, but I mean, everybody knew they weren't going to win. I mean, talking about Southeastern, they got their $1 million check, and they got 56-3, 56-10. They did score 10 points after LSU put in their third string. Did you do a review of a Hardywood Park dark chocolate peanut butter imperial porter sold at Trader Joe's? Says John. I did. In that tall can, that stovepipe can for $4.99. I did do it, and I loved it. Now, would it be something I want to drink every day? No way. Maybe once a month. Because it's too rich, too chocolatey, too peanut buttery, I mean, it's like chocolate cake. You wouldn't want to eat it all the time, then you'd hate it, you know. This camera doesn't want to focus. But as a little one-time specialty treat, yeah, it was awesome for me. Sirens. Now, my friend David, he didn't even want to buy it. He's like, I can't stand those kind of beers with chocolate and peanut butter added. Well, common sense, don't buy it. And he didn't buy it. All right, so what I recommend now, Trader Joe's, I give it like a B 8.3. It's barely making good, but it's good. But just any other little mistake, it's not even good. I'll look for the review. Oh, thank you. It's there. It's there. Would I recommend Lismore? Oh yeah, I would if you like that bread crust flavor, which I kind of like it. I ain't gonna miss it when it's gone, but I don't hate it. I mean, I give it an 88.6, 86. I would recommend it, and it's only $18.99 at time of purchase 3 years ago. I got to check today if I go over there. So that's it. Trader Joe's Highland single malt rum cask finish. Well, yeah, maybe I would recommend it, but you might want to pass on it. It's a B, barely. It might drop to B- before this thing's over with. But I mean, you say, well, I don't mind paying $17.99. That's super cheap. Go ahead, buy it, but don't come back to me later and talk about, oh, I bought it and that thing is barely good. I told you that. Dave has a picky view on beer. Yes, he does, but that's his prerogative. We all do. Yeah, he's picky about it, but he's buying it. I mean, he is buying it. So, and I always say that you say, like you might say, I say it too. Some people are beer snobs. That's true. They're snobby, like, oh, I don't like this and that. Yeah, but they have a right to be that way. They're buying it. They work at a job. You would assume they have a job. They're buying it. If they want to be that way, that's fine. There's nothing even wrong with it. I don't care if they hate Miller, Old Milwaukee. They say, I would never drink King Cobra. I would never drink. Well, I can understand that because King Cobra's declined over the years. I would never drink Colt 45. Okay, don't drink it. It has improved. Anheuser-Busch took it over, and now Schlitz, Anheuser-Busch cleaned. I have a video posted today. They cleaned it up a little bit. Has it changed much from City Brewing? No, I don't believe so. It's a little bit better. The Schlitz, it's still the same price, $12.99 a 12-pack. Used to be $11.99, $1 a can. For 2 months, we couldn't get it. Then it just showed up. Boom. I asked the manager of that store, I said, what's going on with Schlitz? He said, we have it. I said, no, you don't. He said, we don't have it. I said, no, it's been empty for a month. And then it was empty. He said, I'm going to check on it. I don't know if he ever did. I doubt it. And then it was empty, and then it showed up. The distributor delivered a bunch of 12 packs. There it was. And I said, let me see about this. And I looked at the case, and I turned it. And I said, St. Louis, Missouri. I said, there we go. You would love 2.3% beers. Don't think so. I'm right. You're wrong. Yeah, right. That's the mentality that I deal with sometimes. Have a good one, Jay, and all. Y'all too. I'm going to go walk another half a mile. Y'all take care, and we'll see what's going on. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Well, don't stay tuned, but, tune in tomorrow for another defeat for Trader Joe's.